Hey Sunshines, it's your stay-at-home mom, Sophie Chanel, and I'm back with another video. Yes, you guys, today we are going to be doing something a little bit different for my channel. But again, I've told you guys that this year I'm really trying to step out of my comfort zone and the typical hair content and start doing more things that I enjoy. If there's a certain show that I'm into and want to recap it, I'm doing that. This particular one, if you haven't heard, there's this show called Pop the Balloon, and relationships, dating, marriage is something that's always been very just important to me, more so specifically once I got into a relationship and got married, because the way that God really moved in my life as a single person, someone who never wanted to get married. Like, I would have rather been locked up, thrown in jail, throw away the key than to get married. And just how God just changed up my heart about marriage and relationships. I've just been very passionate about them and healthy relationships and healthy marriages, and just even healthy dating. Even before I was open to marriage, I was hopeful for it for others. I just didn't see it for myself. So much so that I had always wanted to be a matchmaker. I feel like I have a gift of bringing people together, compatible people. Even in friendships, I brought so many of my friends together that now have had multiple years long relationships and healthy relationships and friendships. And so it's always something that I've just had a heart about. So in the show Pop the Balloon, they have a single person that comes on, and that one single person is then looked at or looked over by a panel of other people. So if it's a woman, which in this case it was a woman, and there's like a whole lineup of men, they're holding a balloon, and based on your appearance, your responses to the questions that the host is asking, or just your expressing whatever, they can choose to pop their balloon if they are disinterested in you. And those that are interested will keep their balloon intact. So on this specific episode that I'm just going to briefly we'll watch it together and I'll just give my commentary on it. There's a young lady on there who is Christian, and the men pretty much all pop their balloons for her. And it just is so disheartening and just so sad. But then in a way, it's also just kind of like encouraging, because it's like, I'm just grateful that you can eliminate yourself and not waste her time. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to go through these responses to her. And she's a beautiful woman. I'm going to go through these responses and just give some feedback on my thoughts on it, and just my thoughts on how believers should or shouldn't date in this specific climate. So we'll go ahead and start it.
Come in. What's your name?
Jamie. My name is Jamie.
Jamie, how old are you?
I'm 27.
And what do you do?
I am a business analyst.
Okay, nice. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to cook. Okay. I like to write. I like to read. I like to work out. I like to hang out with my family, my friends.
All right.
I just like to have fun.
And what are some things you look for in a man?
Okay, so has to have a relationship with Jesus, first and foremost.
So she got the first balloon popped when she said that the man has to have a relationship with Jesus. No surprise there. If you aren't a believer, thank you for eliminating yourself.
Okay. Okay. He has to be, has a vision for his life, like, business or something along the sorts of, like, career figured out.
Yeah.
Family oriented. I really look for character. So like you're kind, you're patient, you're loving, those types of things. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers. No relationship with Jesus, first and foremost. Smoking. I don't do smoking. Emotional unavailable.
Smoking, you have to ask yourself, like, is that a deal breaker for you? For some people, it may not be a deal breaker. For others, it may. I don't smoke. And so for me, I think it would probably be a deal breaker if I was dating. I just want to be clear, just in my stance, that I feel that it's not wrong to have boundaries or preferences. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times people think that, because you don't prefer something, that you hate it or hate the person. But I feel like we all have preferences, and it's healthy to have those preferences and deal breakers.
Emotional unavailability, that's a deal breaker. Poor communication, that's a deal breaker. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we did get a few pop balloons. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping.
Let's do it.
Okay, if we can start with your name and age.
Ramon, and I'm 36.
Okay, and Ramon, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm a weed smoker.
Okay.
That's
Just that, yeah. So is she someone that is your type?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, is Ramon your type?
I would say no. It's just a physical attraction piece. Yeah.
Is there something specific?
Can't think of anything specific. It's just like at first glance, it's not like the physical attraction isn't there for me.
Okay, all right, cool.
But I'm sure you're a good guy though.
Hey, likewise.
Let's go to our next guy. Your name and age.
JD, 35.
And JD, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I mean, she mentioned the smoking. You know, I'll be smoking Mary J, you know, every once in a while, so, feel me?
Okay.
Feel that was probably a deal breaker for her, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, is she someone that is your type though?
Yeah. I mean, she cool.
Okay.
I rock with her. She was out.
All right. Now, is he someone that's your type?
I would say no.
Or not?
Just the physical attraction. Again, the same thing. Like initially, I just don't feel it, but very good guy.
Respect. It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
All right, let's go to our next guy here. Your name and age.
Braylon, I'm 37.
Okay. And Braylon, why did you pop your balloon?
Initially I thought the shoe was beautiful, but it was too much weave. The toes hanging off the shoes for me.
Yeah, it's his hair preference. He thought she was wearing too much weave, and then he just kind of went in on her toes a little bit. Like, okay. But I will say, in her defense, a lot of times when you're wearing heels, this could be the bottom of your shoe. Your feet sometimes just slide, so it may look like the shoes are too little. It's just sometimes the angle.
Yeah. And then like
Oh my
I smoke, I blow a little trees and everything like that every now and then, so I don't need her judging me. And then she talking about like Jesus thing, like is you bad because you're not a Christian, or it's too much stress, man. I ain't, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Stop right there, because this was one of the things where I was just kind of like, really? So I feel like a lot of times Christians get bad reps because not that we're judgmental, but because there's this expectation for us to be judgmental. I feel like a lot of times when somebody is doing something that we're not, and this is not Christian related or anything, it's just a general if someone does something that we're not doing and we perceive it to be like morally or ethically right, I feel like we automatically put them in this category of, oh, they're judging me. Oh, because I'm not doing the things that they do or doing it the way that they would do it, they think I'm better. They think that they're better than me. And I really want to challenge us to unwire our brains when it comes to that mindset. You don't know how many times throughout high school, college, post-college, that I've been in situations where it's like, oh, because you're Christian, you're judging me because I do this. And I'm like, no, I don't think about what you're doing. I'm over here trying to make sure I'm getting myself together because I'm a whole mess by myself. You know what I'm saying? I may not do this, but I'm struggling over here. I may not do that, but this right here is one of those hidden things that nobody knows about that I'm really dealing with and really struggling with. And God is really trying to work with me on that. You know what I'm saying? So there's been times where, because I don't use profanity, I would have friends that be like, oh, well, should we invite Sophia? Or not necessarily friends, but mutual people with friends of my friends that are friends of my friends that would say, oh, I don't know if we should invite Sophia because we can't really do what we really want to do. We can't really say what we want to say. We can't really talk how we want to talk. And not even just friends, like even some of my family. And it's just like, listen, you do you, be yourself. Like, I'm not sitting back like, oh, I'm casting judgment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. And so when he says, you know, the whole Jesus thing, and, you know, him thinking that she's probably thinking that he's a bad person and him stressing about it. And it's like, you're putting that on yourself. A lot of times, and I can't speak for every Christian, but a lot of times we're not judging the people of the world. The Bible tells us to judge righteously, and that's for our other believers. You know what I'm saying? And so even with that, it's not even a like, oh, we're condemning you or anything like that. Oh, I think you're a bad person because you didn't do this or do that. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And she never said that. And so it's like he's putting his own insecurities about where she is onto her, and almost just like kind of like reflecting that onto her as if she's saying that. And she's like, she never said that.
I think you're attractive. I like your outfit. I like things being put together. I think you're attractive. I don't judge people who smoke, by the way. And you're not just, if you don't have a relationship with God, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. That's just what I look for. It wouldn't work out because he's like, I take it very seriously in my life. And so if that's not something that you do, it wouldn't, you know, we couldn't do things in harmony. But
Very understandable. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
but you really came for my toes. No. It's okay though. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love.
All right, thank you. Let's go to our next guy here. Your name and age.
My name is Kashim. I'm 38 years old.
Okay. And Kashim, why did you end up popping your balloon?
The Jesus thing. That's all it was.
Okay.
I believe in God. I have a relationship with God, but I'm not there yet with Jesus. Like, I'm still trying to figure that out.
That's okay.
So, in my experience, when I've talked to women that were very heavy into their religion, that was always a point of friction. And not even to a level where they were willing to meet me halfway and actually teach me something. It was just like, oh, you don't believe in Jesus? I'm like, all right then. So that was that. So yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
Again, it's that whole thing of what in his words, the Jesus thing, you know? So it's just kind of like the Bible tells us also to not be unequally yoked. And I've seen situations where this has worked for some people, but I don't know that it's the ideal way, because at the end of the day, you don't have the power to change somebody. You can plant seeds in them, you can water seeds and expect there to be a harvest, but people have free will. You can't force them to become believers. And so in his case, you know, he mentions that he's had, you know, past girlfriends that didn't even offer to try to teach them. And I think I can see both sides of that. It's like, if you are lost and in the world and you want to know about Jesus, you can have a relationship with somebody, you can have a friendship with somebody, and you can also work on building that relationship with God. But you can't have the expectation that, you know, this person that you're going to be in a relationship with is going to like teach you everything about God. Like, I feel like when you're dating, a lot of times people date the potential and date what could be, but there's a risk in that it could be that they just would never like get to their full potential. They may never reach it. So you could be doing yourself a disservice by doing that, because they may never be where you want them to be.
Yeah, just per personality a little bit taller. Yeah. But you're very nice though. You're very kind.
All right.
I like your energy.
All right.
Thank you. Let's go over here.
First and foremost, what religion are you?
I'm Christian.
Which form of Christian?
I'm non-denominational.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mom is Jehovah's Witness, and my other half is born. They part Muslim.
Okay.
When she said that, I can't get jiggy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Other than that,
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect
So,
it.
And then we did get one up in the front. Name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Antoine. I'm 35. And I popped my balloon just because I'm Muslim. You look
Okay.
amazing, though.
Thank you.
Don't let nobody stop you from
Thank you.
know, doing what you do. You look great. As soon as I
Thank
saw
you.
you, I
I
was
appreciate
immediately
it.
attracted to you. But it was just that. That's all.
Muslim. Okay. I respect it.
For sure.
I respect
And
it.
so with that, I just wanted to encourage this beautiful sister in Christ. I think her name is Jamie. Don't be discouraged by these men rejecting themselves. Look at it as a blessing for them, not being roadblocks, not being red flags that are along your path that would detract you away from where you were trying to go. And for all single women, Christian women that are in a season where they're feeling looked over or not seen, I would really just encourage you to consider that God is hiding you, you know what I'm saying, in this season until he is ready for you to be found. Because there are a lot of wolves out here in sheep's clothing, and thank God for the ones that will eliminate themselves, because nobody has time to be wasting. Nobody has time to have their hearts and their emotions toyed with. You are beautiful. You are worth it. You don't have to lower your standards to what is available to your eyes, because there are some amazing men out there, some God-fearing men that value you, that will see your worth, that will cherish you, honor you, lead you spiritually, you know. And I just want you to just be encouraged that you are beautiful, you are seen, you are absolutely worth it. And just continue to seek God when it comes to your dating process. A lot of times we go into things, especially relationships, and we try to go it alone. And I feel like a lot of times we don't include our village. Never underestimate the power of connection with other people. I feel like a lot of times people go to dating apps, they go to the DMs, they go online to find someone to date. And I just want to encourage you, like, never doubt your village, especially if you are in a village of people that are rooted in Christ and those that they are connected with. I really believe in the power of human connection. I believe online is great, you know, but I think that someone vetting someone that knows someone that you know is completely different than getting on here and like knowing a stranger. And this isn't like to just say, oh, only date people that someone knows or anything like that. But a lot of times when we are in situations where we're dating, our judgment is clouded. You know, we see all the bells and the whistles, and there's red flags here, there, everywhere, and we don't see those. We just tend to see beyond that. We tend to see beyond the horizon. And it's just like, no, look and see what's right here in your face. And so this is an example of those people eliminating themselves because it's like, I already know, like, I'm not with the Jesus thing. I'm not with the no smoking thing. I'm not with, you know, whatever it was that they had going on. So just be encouraged. Reach out to your community. If you have mentors, your pastors, you know, start doing things to get involved. Do some volunteer work. Get outside of your regular, schmegular routine. You know, it'll be difficult for your husband to find you at home on the couch watching TV, watching Housewives. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere where you have the opportunity to meet the kind of person that you are seeking for a mate. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to just speak on that really quickly, because I come across and I'm friends with so many single women, beautiful women. Like when I tell you, amazing women that desire to be married, that desire to be mothers, and they feel so discouraged because of the dating pool. And I just want to let this be a message to them that no, you are so worth an amazing husband. You have to get this whole like matchmaking thing going. We probably just have to go ahead and get it popping. If that's something that you're interested in, be sure to let me know down in the comment section. And again, I know this video was completely random, but I just felt compelled to talk about it and just discuss it because I feel like there's someone out there that needed to be encouraged. And I just want to let you know that I see you. All right, thanks you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.